Everybody, I'm intuitive medium Sandy Duncan, sitting here with my genius friends from Rescue Mediums, Michael Lamport, Edna Dargie, Alison Wynne-Ryder, and Jackie Dennison. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're back together.
Yep.
Yay. I don't know, it's been a bit of a long summer over here, but I'm so happy to see your friendly faces, and I'm so happy to talk about this episode. This was one of the juicier ones, I thought, but they're all juicy, but this one was like extra juicy. And it is Wildfield, Caledon, and it's called Jackie, don't tell me. Herewith, sorry to swear, herewith the gory details is the title.
Right, okay.
Right. So lots of things went on in this episode. Mostly a mom and a daughter saw spirits and felt spirits around the house, but to a disturbing kind of a level. I would love to ask you, Jackie, right off the get-go, because one of your premonitions was a drawing of a face that ended up being the face of the daughter that you didn't meet until you got in the house.
Yeah.
What was that like when you met the person that you drew?
Yeah, it's quite funny when that happens, isn't it, Alison? When you walk in and you go, oh, it's you. Yeah, because I
you
think
want to go up. You want to go up to them with the
distinctive eyes. Yeah, it's not really showing up well on there. But didn't I do the eyes purple? I seem to remember purple, doing her eyes purple.
This was a photocopy. I don't have the original.
Yeah.
She did have distinctive eyes, didn't she?
Yeah, I could see like really purple eyeshadow that was, you know, emphasized the eyes. So yeah.
Nice. Yes. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Now I know who I've drawn. Because there you are, with beautiful eyes. But she has a secret smile, so you have a secret. Right.
It was incredible. Did you have a sense during the premonitions that this was a live person you were drawing, or did the face just come to you?
No, you don't even think about it. It's when you're doing the psychic art or the automatic writing for that matter, it's as it comes really quick. Sometimes you'll get a sense of, like if you're drawing like a floaty character, you're thinking, oh yes, that one's definitely, you know, one of the ones the other side. And sometimes if you draw somebody who maybe has like historical costumes on, then you get a sense like a man with a top hat would be past rather than present, unless it was a wedding, of course, and they were, you know, everybody wore top hats. But I don't really think about it when I'm doing the drawings unless they give me something specific. So in that case, I wasn't sure where she was going to fit in, but I knew that. I think I started with the eyes with that picture. That's why they were so distinctive. And Claudia didn't she? She had beautiful eyes.
Yeah,
gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
Alison, in your premonitions, you had a cross among other things. Can you describe the feeling of a cross, like how it came across energetically?
I can't remember that far back, to be honest, but with everything else, like Jackie said, you can't put your own sort of attachment to whatever it is you're being given, and I tend not to do that, because the cross could have come in any shape, way or form, but it did turn out to be, you know, paramount, you know, throughout. Both of us kept seeing the cross, didn't we? And then, of course, the cross that Claudia's mum, which was Adriana, had already seen, actually physically seen the cross in the snow.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. That
cross.
When I was opening the shutters in the front window, there was a cross just embedded in the snow. A sign from above? I don't know.
So yes, it was a cross, and I knew that it would be relevant, but I didn't know how, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, that does.
And it was very relevant. I mean, there were crosses all over the house as well, wasn't there, when we walked around? Yeah.
And a church connection. I mean, ultimately.
Massive. That was a massive clue to the church.
Yeah.
It's
interesting how the homeowners had a connection to Mother Mary, and I believe you saw some statues or some pictures of Mother Mary, but you had that in premonitions too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it's sort of that safety mechanism, Mother Mary, sort of associated with the church. And obviously, you know, they were a religious family, so, you know, that connection there.
Quickly, they are drawn to the front of the house, where the vibrations of psychic energy seem to be the strongest.
I've just seen the statue.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the Virgin Mary.
The Virgin Mary.
Oh, it's lovely.
A premonition presents itself.
The Virgin Mary. She's a big clue to a lot of what's going on here, I feel.
And she's right opposite the door. Let's go see what we can find.
Okie dokie.
And for Edna and Michael, of all the episodes that you did, this house in particular, like a couple of other ones as well, was down the street from a cemetery. When you're going to interview the people and you perhaps pass a cemetery close by to where you're going, does it sort of set off anything?
Well, for me, I usually just say to Edna, don't look. But, no, it doesn't really for me. Does it for you, Edna?
Well, as soon as I see a cemetery close by, I know that I'm going to have to look for connections, perhaps, with that cemetery.
Yeah.
And that the research may end up going that way.
Yeah.
Just curious because there's a cemetery at the end of my street. It's a long way down, but it's on the other side of the street. But, you know, I go by and I think, okay, everybody stay over there. Jackie and Alison, just to sort of ping pong a little bit, one of the things that came up, and this can actually be for everybody because I'm curious if everybody felt it. One of the things that the daughter had said was that she experienced spirits standing at the end of her bed.
Creepy feeling to a particular area, and as I'm saying that, I feel quite unnerved by it too.
Oh, right, okay.
My bedroom for me is one of the worst places in the house. That's where I see the most, especially the people at the edge of my bed. I mean, I'm sleeping and there's these people, I don't even know them, they're watching me.
When you went in to do the rescue and you were going through the rooms, we could feel it as you went. What was that like for everybody going in her room?
Going into Claudia's room.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly felt a different energy, didn't we, Jackie? We felt that that's where we were certainly going to be doing a lot of the work. You could just feel it in your bones. You know, we knew that it was really relevant. But she was highly, highly psychic, wasn't she, Jackie?
Yeah. Yeah, you could feel the energy change when you walked in there. I think we felt that straight away, didn't we? And then we had to go back there later.
Let's go this way, okay?
Yep.
The rescue mediums follow the guiding spirit.
Do you know, as soon as I walk in here, my legs feel leaden. Look, it is Mary, isn't it? They've actually got that picture over the bed. Thought I saw somebody lying on that bed.
Really?
Yeah.
A dark presence manifests in the room.
I think we did one of the rescues in that room anyway.
We did, yeah.
Second rescue, because you could feel the energy there. But as Alison's just said, that's partly as well because Claudia is very psychic. So her psychic energy was also there, sort of. It's I mean, there wasn't a portal open there, but there could very well have been. It's that sort of feel, wasn't it, Alison?
It was. We were lucky there wasn't, because I think we had our work cut out sending two spirits to the light as it was and trying to figure out what was going on. If there'd have been a portal, would have probably been there, like, you know, another couple of days or something. But you're right, yeah, absolutely.
And could you tell us a little bit about the research coming together, and in particular the name of the helper spirit and what that felt like to discover who you were dealing with?
Well, the helper spirit in this case was Father McSpirit, a lovely name.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
That's lovely. And he was
Hang on
quite
for 1
a
second,
character. And there was a lot of history connected with him in terms of what he was able to do in the community. And he conducted miracles, apparently.
Father McSpirit was born in 1836. In 1887, he became the parish priest for St. Patrick's Church and its community. This very church still stands in its original state, neighbouring Adriana and Claudia's home.
This house is built on land that belonged to St. Patrick's Church.
Research shows that Father McSpirit was known as a miracle worker, and after his death in the late 1800s, people believed that soil collected from his grave could act as a cure-all for the sick and diseased.
He was a very empathic person. He was very connected with children, very compassionate, and there's almost a whole book just written about him and all the good that he carried out in his religious community.
And
Which carried on into spirit, didn't it, Edna?
Yeah.
Carried on in spirit, because he was such an amazing helper, wasn't he, Jackie, throughout that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really was, and I think in the rescue part, I think he helped, because we didn't know who he was at first. We didn't know if he needed rescuing, and then we realised that he was actually a helper. I think he kept showing us the cross, didn't he, Alison?
Yeah, he did. The cross again. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Jackie, somebody's with me now. I can see an outline of an older man.
Okay.
I'm seeing a cross. I can feel somebody. It's heartbreaking.
I can see a man with a cross. Can't see anything else with him. I can just see a cross.
He was amazing, and he helped with both rescues.
He did. Yeah, he did. I have a vision in my head of him sort of stood there going, come on in. And he got the church door open and he's going, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
It's the church. He's saying, come forward, come forward. He knows they're here, he knows they're...
And he's pushing them forward.
And he's trying to get them to come forward.
I'm sure he helped a lot more than just the ones that we helped over, you know,
sure.
in the area. I'm sure he did. So,
Probably
yeah,
died
I've
in
forgotten.
life.
He was the miracle, he was classed as the miracle worker. Aren't they all buried in the same churchyard?
They
The ones
did
that we-
attend that church.
Yes, yeah.
The
That's
church
right, he knew
was
them,
in
didn't
Georgia.
he? When we helped with the lady going over, was it Mary? I think it was Mary, wasn't it?
Mary.
Yes, when we helped her to go over, and it was like she knew him.
Yes.
And I think they've been alive at the same time.
Yeah.
Father Mac helped 2 people through to the spirit world. Now, Alison had the name of Mary on her prems, and the name of Harrison that was given to us when we were in your bedroom. Harrison. The lady we rescued was Mary Harrison.
That's Mary Harrison's death certificate. Okay. She was traumatised. She didn't know which way she was going.
According to historical documents, Mary Harrison was a parishioner at the very church that Father McSpirit led.
Of course, the name Mary for the lady that we sent over as well. So all these clues that Jackie and I are given all the way through, we have no idea how they're going to come into being, but they do. And it's like seeing the whole picture. It's like seeing a play in front of you, you know, that you're watching all the jigsaw pieces coming together. Amazing.
Yeah.
Michael, this was a particularly impressive arrival in a wood truck.
Riding high and standing tall, the rescue mediums are on their way to help. Jackie and Alison are renowned psychic mediums who spend their days and nights showing wayward spirits into the light.
This has got to be one of the strangest ways that we've ever travelled. This road goes on forever, doesn't it?
The rescue mediums have been given no prior knowledge of their destination.
I believe that the gentleman who was one of the homeowners as well was in the wood business, I think, and that's how the wood truck came into being. But that must have been an experience.
Yeah.
Wonder what he does for a living.
Oh, let me think.
Yeah, he was in the wood business. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for arrivals, you got to just think of the weirdest thing that's available in that area at that time, whether it's a wood truck, an ambulance, a police car, or a hearse. Because the arrivals, as everybody knows, I think, I hope, you know, they are supposed to be uplifting, and well, they are uplifting and funny, and you know, that's how we like to set the stage of the series, instead of like starting immediately with like da, 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 da.
Yeah.
You know, oh my God, it's nice to have that lightness that Jackie and Alison bring to it. It's really nice.
Do you know what? I don't know. I was going to say, I don't think Alison would agree with you about it, because you were terrified of getting in there.
I was
climbing up
terrified. There's actually a picture of me with Greg standing nearby where I've got my hand over my mouth going, you can see how scared I am. I don't like heights. I don't like ladders.
I remember that.
And then it wasn't just climbing up the ladder, but there was a big drop into the truck, wasn't there, Jackie?
Yeah.
Massive drop. I don't know, but I did it. I did it. The crew helped as well.
Well,
There
that's
we are.
better doing
Right
it that
there.
way, Alison, than having you arrive by parachute and getting in. That would be scarier.
Yeah, there's the height thing again. Yeah, but no, once I was in it and we were like whittling along there, it was absolutely fine. It was just getting up there and then getting in it. So, and then getting out of it at the other end as well.
So wonder we weren't stopped by the police, didn't it though, really, you know, because Stefan was there filming us, and he was hanging filming us all the time.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It was so precarious, I know. Yeah.
Edna, were there any surprises in this that maybe everyone doesn't remember?
I can't say how Jackie and Alison might be surprised. I can't really predict that. There weren't any obvious other rescues that weren't on camera that maybe we would have forgotten about. No, this one I'm not sure that there really are.
I think the name McSpirit, because I remember, Jackie, you got something in the premonitions, McNally or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, a Mac sounding name, that's what I thought.
Yeah. And I just think, you know, once we learn ourselves who the helper was, I thought, that can't possibly be his real name, McSpirit, but it was. I mean, how salient is that to what we do and his part in it?
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
The Mac sounding name that we had, McNulty or McNally. There's a picture of Father Mac. Father McSpirit. What a fabulous name is that?
The rescue mediums believe Father Francis McSpirit was the helper who guided the troubled souls into the light.
That you had the name Mary.
Yeah.
Which is the name. And while we were doing the walkabout and connecting with Spirit, I had the name Harrison, and the name was,
you did.
The family was called Harrison, weren't they, that we rescued?
It was. Yeah.
The mother and the son. What was the name of the son? Can you remember?
Is it Nicholas?
It's
Nicholas. Nicholas, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name of the son. Now, I seem to remember with that as well, we'd gotten her over, but didn't realise there was another one that needed help. And that's when we went back into the bedroom. I kept getting those pains in my hip.
In your leg.
My legs. Yeah, in one leg.
And didn't he have a leg injury or before he passed to Spirit?
Yes.
Nicholas.
What was it, Edna?
He did pass when he was 85 years old, and
He was an elderly man.
had senile dementia for 2 years, but he had fallen and fractured his fibula. So that was in his leg.
That's what it was. Yeah.
You got the leg pains. And I remember at some point, didn't I get something about somebody who had dementia?
Yes, you did.
Something?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, like senile dementia type.
5 children, one of which was Nicholas.
Nicholas Harrison the second spirit they rescued went on to suffer an even worse fate than his father.
Nicholas Harrison suffered for 2 years with senile dementia before he passed. He died from a fracture of the fibula.
Medical reports indicate that Nicholas broke his leg only 11 days before his death, explaining Jackie's leg pains throughout the house.
Got a pain there in my leg.
Oh, God.
Oh
okay.
gosh, that in my leg again now.
Right.
Along with his mother, Nicholas Harrison was a parishioner of St. Patrick's Church, and together they were under Father McSpirit's religious guidance.
Remember when we went into the basement, we went into that, do you remember that lilac room, and we're sitting on the bed, connecting with Spirit, and that whole tape came down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was bizarre.
Our help, please come forward.
Oh my God.
A piece of tape suspended on the ceiling comes unglued.
Okay.
I know, but it's good that, you know, the cameraman actually caught that on the camera. You know, that could have either been missed, I suppose, couldn't it?
It could, yeah. I mean, that was a definite sign.
It was mad.
Yeah, I think he was
spooky.
trying to say to her, "You've got it taped up, girls. Get going."
Hey, either that or tape it. Yeah.
Was that the room? Oh, maybe not. Where because I could see like blood running down the walls. It was horrible.
I think that was in Claudia's bedroom.
Ah, was it?
You said I can see blood running down it, and I was thinking, oh God, this is really going to be a, you know, an intense one, which it was to sort of a lot of the extent.
Oh dear.
What?
I've just seen blood running down that wall.
Oh my God.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, and they kept shifting us around. We had to keep moving, didn't we?
They did. Yeah,
Different
Oh,
places.
and we both heard a scream. That's how we knew that we had to go from the basement, I think, up back into Claudia's bedroom, and we both heard it at the same time.
But there's all like little secret passageways in this place, isn't there?
Did you
What the
hear
hell
that?
was that?
Did you hear it?
Oh my God, I've got...
Scream.
Oh
like a
my
screech.
God. And it came round here. I've gone all weird. What the hell's that?
It's like a high-pitched
Oh my
scream.
God, what is it?
Well, we both heard it though, didn't we?
Twice. Oh God, that was really...
I think we should go back upstairs.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. We had to follow it. Yeah, and it was loud, wasn't it? I don't know if can you recall, Edna, whether anybody else heard that? Or Michael, did any of the crew hear that?
You know what? I don't recall.
I
No.
don't recall either. I'm thinking not.
Yeah, it was just us two weirdos, Al.
Just us two weirdos. But it's interesting though, you know, because obviously when we're working, you'll be communicating with a spirit, or I'll be communicating with spirit. We can't hear what each other is communicating with those spirits.
No.
But that was something that we both physically heard outside the ear at the same time. And I think we heard it twice. I don't think it was just once. So that was a real call for help, wasn't it? Upstairs in her room.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. I goosebumps just listening to you tell that story. I'm glad it's not thundering and lightning outside. I'd be having my fingernails dug in my desk.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Michael, when you came along and started this, did you have to open up more to spirit, or as a fella, did you come with built-in sort of sensitivities that made it an easy thing for you to do?
No, I actually don't think I came with any sort of built-in accessories, but I mean, Jackie was very helpful in the very beginning, taking me through steps of how to open up and all that sort of stuff. So I think I started, I don't know, what would you call it, the sorcerer's apprentice, and then I grew into the job. But at the very beginning, no. I mean, I used to see things when I was a kid, but I would always just put them aside to, oh, that's a weird dream, or that's this. And then my mind sort of got more and more open to thinking, well, you know what, maybe it wasn't a dream. You know, when you were a kid, maybe that was somebody, maybe, you know. So yeah, it's been a growth period, but it's been a lot of fun. So I mean, anybody out there, you know, go to your psychic church or your spiritual church or something, and explore it, because it is it's not scary, and it's a very, very interesting exercise for your mind and, I think, your spirit.
Amazing, amazing. Would you say then that it's sort of a moth to the flame of who came along as crew? Did they
Yeah.
have the same kind of vibe?
Yeah, I don't think I was the flame though. Yeah, I was probably the moth. Or maybe a butterfly.
Butterfly is better.
I think there were a lot of flames. I think everyone was a flame, and the crew probably came along attracted to the light.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how I think it was.
I think them lot upstairs have gone, do you know what, this is the crew I'm picking, that you will have you and you, and let's put, because you know, the
Absolutely.
interesting thing is we had the same crew right the way through,
Yes.
more or less. We had individuals that came, you know, just came in for maybe a short period of time, but mainly right through all 89 episodes were the same crew.
Wow. Right across the country. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's true. They were great. And I think, well, I don't think, I know, they all had different levels of belief in spirit activity, but a lot of them were very intrigued and really, really into like finding out what that person's history was, and believing the truth of it. And that was really refreshing, you know, because sometimes you think of some people being like very cynical if they're on a crew, going like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna be done in about half an hour. And yeah, whereas our crew, not at all. It was sort of like, we're over? Are we gonna do more? So yeah, they were wonderful.
That's
All
amazing.
wonderful.
Amazing. Well, when there's tape falling from the ceiling and screams being heard, I mean, you can't turn that down.
No.
No.
Phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So
Yeah, it's
Jackie-
like we're on the journey together. It's like we're all on that journey together, you know, the crew as well. Because I know sometimes when Edna will know some things in advance, because she knows where we're going to, although she may not know whereabouts we're going to within each place. But she knows where we're going to. We don't. The crew go in advance, and so we're doing our premonitions. And Edna is sort of got an idea of things, haven't you, Edna? Like, oh, that might fit. Oh, that could, you know. And then the crew, having heard everything, go to location, and the homeowners are talking about their experiences, and we're not even there yet. So, and they're already listening to some of the like, oh yeah, that's what they said on their premonitions, and you know, and Edna's going, yes, oh yes, 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 yes.
Picking it off.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was
Amazing.
very interesting that if I had an idea of exactly who it was going to be and what was happening with the rescue, they did not want me to tell them. The crew wanted to find out at the show and tell.
That's so nice.
When it was revealed to them.
Yeah.
They wanted to experience the surprise of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were very happy when I was happy and hooray, I know who it is. We're all set to go.
Then it's not like work if that's all going on.
The what?
It's not like work. It's not like a job where, as Michael says, you know, people are wondering when they're going to go home. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, well, it is work, but yeah, I know it's a different type of work. Absolutely.
Like a family, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everybody pulling together. A team.
Yeah, it's very self-fulfilling for people.
Yes.
Yeah. Heart-centered, and that's what came through, I think, in every single episode. As a viewer, that's what one of the things I can take away and say, very strongly for every episode. And I've seen everyone, if your viewership goes up, it's because I've cycled through them all again. But, and so is everybody else. But if it wasn't heart-centered, I don't think it would have translated that well. I don't think you can fake heart-centered, right, Michael?
No, you can't. You can't make it. No.
Yeah. And the
No, no.
spirits can't make it up either. And they're coming
No.
up and they're heart-centered.
No, you're talking of heart-centered. I think that was one of the things with this particular episode, is that we were very aware of how the woman that we rescued was feeling. I think you connected with her first, Alison.
Yeah.
And she was really distraught, wasn't she?
She was really, really scared. And, to start with, we didn't know why. She was sort of searching. She felt alone. I remember when I was with her, she felt lost, alone. And that's how she was and how it came through. And very, very frightened as well. Yeah.
You hear something now?
I felt something.
Yeah.
Let us know who you are. We are here to help. Jackie, I think it's a woman we've got with us. She's just very confused. She's really bothered about something.
Alison is enveloped by the troubled female spirit.
She's totally on her own and she feels alone. It's heartbreaking.
It turned out that her husband had died young and left her with
5 children.
4 or 5 children.
5 kids.
Yeah. How old was he, Edna, when he died, her husband?
Oh, he was young.
According to historical documents, Mary Harrison was a parishioner at the very church that Father McSpirit led. Tragically, in the early 1800s, Mary's husband, William, died at the age of 36, leaving her to raise their children entirely by herself.
We believe that that is why she was so distraught. They had 5 children.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
7.
Yeah.
Nicholas was the youngest, and he was just 2 years old when his mother passed away. So, Mary was a widow with quite a few children.
My goodness.
Yeah. You know what you're going to do when you're in that situation. No wonder she was so distraught, really. Maybe the church helped her out in life then. Maybe she turned to the church then.
Like the church could have been a sort of grounding place for her. And also
Like a sanctuary for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because as soon as McSpirit opened the door to the church, there was no hesitation. She went in.
Yeah.
But she knew him anyway, didn't she?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it was sort of twofold, him and the comfort that obviously he brought everybody when he was on the earth plane, and the church itself as a sanctuary. Yeah.
What year would that have been, Edna?
Well, the father died in 1849, and of course Nicholas, it was 1933 by the time he died at 8.
Wow. Incredible. And the church had owned the land, is that right? That the homeowners lived on?
It was, it was a priest, but he was Protestant priest that had owned the land. And it's interesting that Father McSpirit, though, was known for being helpful and open to working with all denominations.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's still doing it now.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Where did we do the chairs, Edna? Can you remember?
Oh, I don't.
Your face, son. We're in a park, weren't we, on a bench or something, but I don't know where.
Oh, yes.
You weren't
The spirits in the home now settled. The rescue mediums bid farewell to the homeowners.
Bye, ladies.
Bye-bye. 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 We're a very spiritual young lady.
She is.
Let's go this way.
And seek their own McSpirits.
Come on.
How did you know to come in here?
The spirit told me.
What your spirit told you?
No, not my spirit. Mac's spirit told me.
Oh. Cheers.
So we should bring McSpirit in here and we should do a cheers
Yeah.
to Father Mac.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So here we are. Look at me today.
Wow,
wow.
you're all Halloweeny. I love
I'm all
it.
Halloweeny.
That's
I like
great.
that.
You're
Yeah,
getting
I've got Christmas, which is sort
You've
of
got
So do I.
early.
So do I.
I'm very British today.
If you enjoyed watching Behind the Scenes, please like, share and subscribe to veryparanormal.com, the portal for everything paranormal, where you can watch every episode of Behind the Scenes and every episode of Rescue Mediums, plus so much more. And it's absolutely free. Well, you can't get much better than that. Cheers.